What's going on, y'all? What's happening with you? How's everybody doing out there? Can y'all hear me? What's going on? I just wanted to do a little test live here. Everything going y'all way? Salute to you, Jersey. Salute to you, brother. Salute, 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 salute. What's going on, Derek? Prayers to you, brother. I heard what was going on, and prayers to your sister. Um, hey, everybody that's listening to me, could you please keep my brother Derek White and his family in your prayers? Just say a prayer for him and his family for healing and safety and all that. All right, if y'all would. What's going on, sis? My better half on this here channel. What's going on? Yeah, man. Hey, I appreciate it, Jersey. I appreciate it. I won't be long, y'all. I'm just kind of testing out some things. Uh before this is just another test live and just to test out some things, see, I'm trying to share the screen and all that type of good stuff. And again, just trying to get accustomed to things, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I got you. I got you. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Derek, I'm gonna give you a wrench too, bro. Uh, all right. And Derek, I'm giving you a wrench too as a mod. All right. Again, I want to say, y'all keep my brother Derek White here in your prayers. Um, just to just keep him in your prayers. All right. Um, steady grinding. What's going on, brother? Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. I'm just um I'm just doing a test live here, man. I won't be long. Brother man gotta go and eat. brother gotta brother gotta eat. Um so but yeah, again, I'm just trying to get accustomed to stuff. I've been testing out some things this evening. Um trying to get the best, give you guys in the near future the best um content out here. I hope you guys can hear me well. Can you guys hear me good? Is the sound is good? Is everything clear to you? If not, yeah, I'm just trying to eat. Don't start, E. Oh God. Don't start. Man, these YouTube streets is boy, I appreciate it, y'all. These YouTube streets boys entertaining. And I won't name no names on the content creators or anything like that, but these YouTube streets are lit. You hear me? But over here, we're gonna try to give you some different perspectives on things, and you know what I'm saying? Trying to, yeah, it's better than cable TV. It really is, bro. So I was trying to decide whether or not I was going to. Oh, shout out together. Shout out, sis. Thank you for coming through. Um, I want to test out some things, but I also the commercials that the Wolfpack family has been putting out with every content creator um, that comes on here from the Wolfpack family, we always put out commercials to promote our folks, and so I'm gonna be doing that. So doing that as well. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing all of that. You know what I mean? So doing all of that. Um, but anyways, see something right quick. Where am I? Oh yeah. You know what? I think that we're gonna do something. I know a lot of folks do this in the beginning and in the middle, but what I'm gonna do is I'm going to test out our promotions from the Wolfpack family, and I want you guys to um, just check it out. Some things. Let's do some commercials here, and
Y'all, it's your girl Together We Break Chains production, and these are the shirts that I'm making. So support your girl, you guys. Help your sister out. I'm trying to take this game further. So with that being said, hey, don't forget to hit that like button, that post notification bell, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
all right. Shout out to my little sis Together. Together we break chain production. Sis, I got your shirt. What I'm gonna do is I am going to hold on just a second. I am going to I want to put out something. I might put out something, whatever, like a I want to put out something to where I want to promote it again on my page. But I got your shirt front and center um here. So I want people to see. Uh I might go next time I go live and I from my car, I'm going to have it on. So them bones, boy, I have not used them yet because I just don't want I haven't used them yet. But who cares? It was my brother that came over here and saw 'em, and he was like, "Man, hell no, do not touch my bones." I said, "My sis from Cali gave me these." So yes, um, in fact, like I said, when I go live and I go again and I cam up, I'm going to show the bones, and I will have on the shirt. So man, and it is my shirt is beautiful, guys. I want it's yellow, and I posted on my community wall. Um, so you guys go check it out. Um, Together we break chains production, and she is great, 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 great. And my daughter loves the hat, just loves it, just loves it with her big old head. So it fits her head just perfect. Shout out bestie. I'm using shout out to my bestie Joe Delaney. Um, doing bodybuilding. Why I need to get my arms bigger, man. Jersey. Um, that's a I could go on and on and on about that. Uh, what I- what E and I are going to be doing on her show or either on mine, we're going to have some workout a workout session where we're talking about stuff like that. So just stay tuned. I could talk about training forever, but man, that's a I mean, it would take me all. I have a passion for training. I have and working out. It's not just a hobby for me. It's a way of life. You know, and people, people say that you don't have time. Well, you make time for the things that you love. You know what I'm saying? So, and training and living, eating right and um, just living a lifestyle um, that's active. It's not about just lifting weights. It's not about just getting on the treadmill. It's it's all about your quality of life. You know what I'm saying? And so whenever I was younger, the bodybuilding thing was at the forefront because when you're in high school and you're uh, you're in the sports and stuff like that, um, those things those things come natural because you have to prepare yourself for contact, especially in football. But as I got older, I just it's just being in one with your body, you know what I mean? And whenever I train, it's just one of those things where it's, going to the gym or having that one-on-one time with myself where it's just me. I got my ear pods in and it's just me and me against me. It's not me against anybody else. It's not ego. It's not nothing like that. So, but yeah, Jersey, just stay tuned, brother. We'll talk about a lot of this stuff. But I was telling a lot of people think that I work out every day and I don't. Um, I only work out 3 times at the most, two to three times, 2 to 3 times a week, and that's all I need. So, we'll explain that later. Yeah, yeah. Together, says she loved that shirt. She loves it. She really does. She really does. She really, really does. So, but hey, like I said, I'm just out here just testing this thing, seeing how we how we're doing. Um, and with that, I want to go to another commercial. All right. All right. We will be going live. Big time. We're going to the big time on the 24th. And so I cannot wait. Shout out to my bro Armando Black. He's in the building on the ones and twos, sending out all those links. And if you have not subscribed to all the links that he's putting in the chat, please go subscribe. You know what I mean? and be a supporter of the Wolfpack 20 East Nation. Shout out to uh, the commission art team, the baddest art team around. Trust me. They make us look great. So that's what's up. I thank y'all for coming out, man. Again. E and I have our show every Friday at 9. This past Friday, our show, we had fun. I mean, we had some different topics we talked about, and it was fun. It was exciting. Um, E and I, we we work hard to try to bring content that not only is it fitting, but we want y'all to be involved in the chat. The chat was lit. I heard my bro Armando earlier last night on his quiet storm live, which is y'all need to go sub up to my bro Armando. Uh, I mean, it's grown folks time whenever he does the quiet storm live on Sunday night. But he was mentioning our live on Friday, and it was just something about we work hard, man. We put our heads together and we work hard and we try to give you guys some content where you can interact. And I've been paying attention to some of the things that we were talking about this past Friday, and I'm keeping a close eye on that. You know what I mean? And so in the comment sections of either my chat or her chat, which we were able to kind of double stream, just let us know your opinions about stuff, man. Just be honest. Just be honest and give us your opinion about things, because those types of things, I love talking about this stuff, man. I love talking about different things like that. So, but yeah, it was lit. Go check out my bro Armando Black on Sundays with his Quiet Storm lives. If you just be sure whenever you watch it now that you don't have your shorty around or your wife around, because you will end up probably having a 8-month situation on your hand. 9-month situation, I should say. Not 8 month, 9-month situation on your hand. And yeah, yes, sir. Yeah, because my boy's on the ones and twos and he plays it right. And he plays those slow jams right. Old school, new school, man. That boy sounds like he should be. He needs to be a radio jock. You know what I'm saying? He can do it all. Very intelligent brother, man. So y'all go check him out. But but yeah, man. That's what we're doing. Just checking out these things. All the links that people are sharing in the chat, you guys go sub up to them. Y'all go sub up to them. Be you won't be disappointed at all. You hear me? So, but yeah. But check this out, man. I want to share something with you, and I want to leave. I'm gonna share the stream, but uh I want to share some things with you that I've been going back and forth with. It's kind of like a continuation of what E and I were talking about Friday. Um, but we didn't really get to we did hit on Shannon Sharpe a little bit, but Shannon Sharpe has been he's been in the spotlight here lately. He's been going after people, and they've been, picking on him, and he's been kind of like taking it to heart. Well, recently he's gone after Mace, but Mace at first was not really he wasn't disrespectful to Shannon. He wasn't questioning his manhood or anything like that. But Mace was basically whenever Mike Epps and Shannon Sharp they pieced it up, right? Mace was just kind of like he was kind of like saying, "Hey man, people don't want to fight. You know, you're doing your pull-ups and your push-ups and all this type of stuff." Speaking of Shannon, and he said, you know, he was just, it wasn't anything disrespectful in my opinion. You know what I mean? So Shannon, he took it to heart. You know what I'm saying? He took it to heart and he called, if you young people are listening or anybody that doesn't know about Mace, uh, Mace is a former hip hop rap artist in the late 90s with Bad Boy Records and P. Diddy Combs. When Biggie Smalls died, Christopher Wallace, aka Biggie Smalls, when he died, Mace was supposed to be like the heir apparent to kind of like lead the company, Bad Boy, if you guys remember. Um, shout out to you. Shout out to you, Bronze Flat. He was supposed to be the heir apparent, right? To kind of like, lead Bad Boy, uh, lead the record label, right? But he had found another calling and he got into the ministry, became a pastor. And so, but Mace, if you young people, any young people, um, do not know who Mace is, Mace was very, very popular. Very, very popular. He put out 2 albums before. I think his last album that he put out, he came back or whatever. But before he retired and went into the ministry, he only put out 2 albums. One was Harlem World, and the other one was called Double Up. And the album when he put out Double Up, that's when he retired. Yeah, Shine was on his way too, bro. Yeah, Shine was on his way too. I have to agree. I'm a Shine fan too. Shine was, Shine sound like Biggie, but Shine was a little bit more grittier than Biggie, in my opinion. I love Shine. I totally agree with you on that. So, but anyway, so I want to play something, so Mace, so Shannon went after Mace and called him a fake pastor and all this type of stuff. And Mace responded. Okay. So what I want to do is, and if y'all followed my shorts, I put out a short this morning, and I was just laughing and having fun. I'm just a fool, man. I'm a fool. But I kind of put out this morning just laughing because Mace and Cameron have a show together. Cameron is another rapper, of course, if you guys don't know. But I'm gonna play this here, and I want you guys to. I'm gonna play a little bit of this, and I just want you guys to hold on just a second. Let's see. All right. Now you guys ready? Here we go.
They out there playing with me, right?
What happened there?
Man, now I want to address it. I'm gonna wait. And
Why are we always waiting to address what happened though? What happened exactly?
your boy chose to target me about the sex and the working out and all that. He called me a fake pastor and all that. I want to address it. I want to address it.
Who called you this? What's going? I'm late to the party. You gotta like.
I don't want to say his name. I don't want to say his name. When we was talking about the dips and the sets and all of that, and Mike Epps.
Oh, and Mike Epps.
Yeah.
So, Shannon said something to you?
He called me a fake pastor. Somebody sent it to me. I wanted to tell him, put the camera on me. I'm just gonna go, from the jump. Listen, Shannon. I'm not the one to play with. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to take that road. I'm going to take a different road with you. Listen, let me start with respect and let me end with class, okay? You started out being very aggressive with Ja Morant, Pops, at a Laker game.
Okay, do you guys remember when you remember all these, he's going to go over some things that Shannon has, and he's telling the truth, guys. He's telling the truth. So he's going over some things that Shannon has done that's caused him, that makes you question his wherewithal, okay?
If you are for black people, this is not the way to carry yourself. And let me go further than that. You wanted to be tough with Mike Epps, and you settled quicker than Diddy and Cassie. Listen.
Look here, man. When he said that, did y'all catch that? When he said that, I must have just died laughing. Okay. I busted a gut because he copped a plea. You know what I'm saying? So keep it, he's coming up. Shannon is coming off as too sensitive, okay? But let's continue. Let's continue.
And thirdly, you call yourself coming at me, right? You want to be aggressive with me, right? Listen, you showed poise, respect, wherewithal, resolve, capacity.
You're sending out rewards and payouts, but it's a struggle to do it right. Multiple vendors, multiple countries.
Passion, reverence for Skip Bayless. Why are you so aggressive anytime somebody black say something? The man said, put your glasses on, and you put your glasses back on. Don't play with me. Put your glasses back on, Shannon. I respect you, and I do not want to go there with you. I respect you.
Damn. We might gotta call up big homie Stephen A. Smith to resolve this, man.
Why?
No, because I met Shannon once, and I'm just, because this is new to me. I'm just finding this out. You always tell me right on the spot.
Yeah,
shit, knock the phone over right here, man.
Listen, and
okay, but he said, you hear what Cameron said? He said, and I heard Carcino speak on this, but he said, I need to call the big homie Stephen A. Smith for this. Stephen A. Smith he ain't no big homie, man. So, but anyways, let's continue.
And he made a statement about me being a fake gangster. It didn't really rub me the wrong way, because as a Disney client, gangster is not something to talk about. So let's just leave that out and stick with
you. A fake gangster?
Yeah, he said I'm a pastor gangster or something like that. And I would tell him, even for your spiritual comment, that was ignorant, because if you know anything about faith, all the people that were apostles and pastors, they died horrific deaths. They went to jail. They were hung upside down. So it's as gangster as you could be when it talks about doing for others and being tough. So you just need to be educated,
Wow. Okay, I didn't know. I'm like still a little shocked behind this. I didn't know all this was going on. I had no idea, man.
Yeah,
Salute, Jacob.
This is kind of crazy. We'll see whatever's going on. That was a great response. We'll see what happens from there.
Yeah, I thought it was very classless, because if we're all joking, I looked at it like, I was really giving some good advice. Even though we joke, I'm giving good advice. Like, hey, you're really diesel, and you don't really want to run up on people or tell people you're going to run down on them, and because people don't know if you're serious or not.
And that's the thing. Whenever Mace was kind of like, it was like tongue in cheek type thing. It was like hey, Shannon, everybody knows how big Shannon is. You know, he's a big dude. He ain't no small dude to run up on or whatnot. So he was just, it was just all fun and jokes. He was not questioning his manhood like the other dudes were, like Mike Epps. Eddie Griffin now has taken some shots at him. You know what I mean? It's basically, I'm not going to get into what he's calling him, but he's basically questioning his manhood. But this is not the case when Mace was talking about Shannon. Okay. He was basically, saying, hey, he's glad that they pieced it up, right?
And just run down, don't go with Disney.
But I'm trying to skip over to something right quick.
But listen, because we both were laughing and I took it away because he singled me out. Like,
okay,
you
listen
think
now.
Cam is tough and I'm not? I'm really like that. I'm really like that.
Okay. Now, these two dudes are from Harlem. They grew up together. Cameron is before he got into the rap game, everybody, he was very talented as a basketball player. Could have went pro. Very talented. Okay. Mace and these guys from Harlem, they're from the hood, man. I mean, they are from the hood. So when Mace says, I'm really like that, and keep in mind, these two didn't get along. They just now started getting along the last year. I'm talking about Cameron and Mace. All right. So they patched up their differences and now they're cool. They got a podcast. Shout out to their podcast. It is what it is. That's what it's called. Y'all go check them out. But these dudes are from the gutter, man. You know what I'm saying? So when Mace is laughing, both of them are laughing, and Mace is like, look, I'm really like that, but he's serious. Okay. He's very much serious.
Yeah. I just took a different path, sir. God bless.
Hey man, this I gotta let this sink in for a minute, man.
Yeah,
the
way you met me, Killer. You met me on it.
Oh, listen, it ain't murder for nothing.
Yeah,
you hear that? He said it's not murder for nothing because they used to call him Murder Mace in the street. When he's in the streets, you know what I mean, of Harlem. You see what I'm saying? So I'm saying all that to say this. Shannon, people like Shannon need to understand you can't be so sensitive, man. You never know who you're gonna run up to. This man here, Mace, he's changed his life. He's in the ministry. He's gave his life to the Lord. Now you guys can, I'm not advocating, Mace or anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, but he's into Christianity, but I'm not an advocate of Mace. Okay. But Shannon, he's doing his thing. You know what I mean? Shout out to you, T-Cat. I like Shannon. Whenever I listen to Shannon, it's motivation. It's motivational to me because it gives folks hope like us YouTubers that are trying to start up pages, and it should be motivation to us. You know what I'm saying? He's rubbing shoulders with some very, very, very high profile folks that he's reaping the benefits of. You know what I'm saying? But it's almost like he's too sensitive. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's too daggum sensitive. He's letting things get to him too much. You know what I mean? So, but then again, on the flip side of thing, I'm kind of torn on Shannon. And it's one of the things that E and I talked about on our Wolf Den dialogues. I'm kind of torn with him because it's almost like you got to question whether or not these are plays being ran. You know what I'm saying? If there's plays being ran, and if if this is really real. You know what I'm saying? So E sent me something to where Mike Epps, and it's true, Mike Epps was on this weekend with the he was on with the whatchamacallit, the NBA All-Star game. And he was being interviewed and everything. You know what I'm saying? So are these plays that are being ran? I don't know. I'll let you guys be the judge of that. Me, it makes you wonder whether or not he's being sensitive this way to run plays. Is Mike Epps running plays? Is Mason Cameron running plays? I don't know, man. Yeah, NBA All-Star game. Yeah. Yep. So, but yeah, man, I just wanted to share that. This is something that I'm keeping close tabs on. Shannon is constantly tweeting. He's constantly just being too sensitive in my, that people could see. He's being sensitive and just, you know, um, but I don't know. Do y'all think that people are just hating on Shannon? Or do you think that, guys like Mason Cameron and Eddie Griffin, you think these guys have a point? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. So I'll let you guys be the judge on that. But these are some things that I these are some things, excuse me, that I have been just noticing, and I've just been, kind of like looking at, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. Plays for the sake of, hold on. Joe said, oh, exactly, plays for the sake of entertainment. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what E was saying. E and I were talking about this past Friday, you know, um, and I think our YouTube brethren and the YouTube in our sectors, like Armando was talking about, Armando was touching about this on his platform about YouTubers running plays. You know what I'm saying? But not only YouTube, but Hollywood. It's very much real, man. People running plays, manufactured beef. That's um, E likes to use that, manufactured beef. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. So it makes you think about when you watch stuff on television, it makes you think, is this real? Are these guys really have beef? Do these guys really have a problem with each other? You know what I'm saying? So it just makes you wonder. It just makes you think. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyways, all right. Here's another story. E and I did touch on this. Um, E and I touched on. We also touched on the comedian David Lucas. I've been paying attention to his story. As E and I were talking, I was bringing out the fact that Willie D interviewed this guy, this comedian, David Lucas. He's a guy that he was at a venue and he spoke on George Floyd. And basically, he said he wouldn't have knelt on his neck, that he would have shot him. Okay. So it just so happened that Willie D interviewed the guy, wanted to know his thought process behind that. I've been looking at little shorts. I looked at the whole interview, but I'm not going to, but looking at little shorts, but I wanted to share a little bit of his logic, okay, of why I want you to see what he's talking about, his mindset, and I want you guys' opinion, all right? So let's see where we at. All right.
Willie D Live. What do most niggas do when they get a car? What's gonna happen during tax season?
I don't know. I don't even know.
Man,
I don't know most niggas, bro.
All these shuck and jive ass, fly by night ass car dealers gonna have niggas lined up outside with that tax return to pay $800 a month on a 2008 car with rims with 120,000 miles. Our community.
Let's take away the rims, and let's take away the rims and keep the 120,000 miles. So ain't nobody else.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Just black people gonna be buying cars during.
I'm black, sir.
I'm just saying, black people gonna be the only ones buying cars.
I fall into the same category. I like to be seen. You see I didn't know what I was walking into today. I would have wore all my jewelry. Yeah, I didn't know what I was walking into.
But
I'm not from Houston. I'm not from Texas at all. I didn't know what I was walking. I am a nigga.
What's a nigga, man?
Come on, bro.
No, I'm serious. No, I'm serious. What's a nigga?
NIGGA. It's a person like me.
But explain, what is a nigga?
I bought a $20,000 watch before I bought a house.
And are you saying that people that look like you the only ones that do that?
I'm not saying they don't, but I'm
okay. Do you guys hear that? Okay, you guys hear that? Now, Willie D brought up a good point. Does he look at just black folks just doing that? Okay. Let's continue.
I'm saying when it comes to the people that I hang around, we do a lot of ignorant shit. We buy jewelry, we buy cars to impress hoes, we buy men dress up for women, for bitches.
And none of your white friends dress up for women.
Man, all my white friends dress like they got 99 cents.
Okay, maybe they trying to attract a 99-cent woman.
I doubt it. That's different.
Okay. I want to play that little bit of that. Okay, can you guys hear me? What he's saying is going to be very what he said. What he's saying is going to be very controversial to a lot of black folks. You know what I'm saying? But I really like to know what you guys think about that. I might hit the link here and have you guys come on for a little bit. But I want you to hear, this right here, I want you to hear what he's saying about the Tamir Rice situation. All right. I got the commercial.
JD Power now ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store. Visit sleepnumber.com to learn more.
We're raising money for this girl to save her life. How did it become
commercial
your
going on, guys.
responsibility? Because
Sorry.
I'm here, because I can. You got ourselves some work to do. Life's about saying yes and then figuring out how.
Ordinary Angels, rated PG.
So if you know police are racist and you know that they're scared of you, why not comply? If I get pulled over, I'm not saying, what the fuck you put me over for, man? Fuck you, pig. Because now you got him on edge. Whether it's a black, white, Asian, whatever the fuck he is, that man want to get home just like you want to get home. So, sir, here we go. Can I reach for my license? Can I reach for that? I did that before. I don't feel comfortable. I've told police that before. I'd rather you put me in handcuffs and I direct you to where my stuff is at.
What's the little kid name who got killed?
Rice?
Passing with the gun.
Rice?
What's his first name?
Tamir.
All right, here we go,
how do
guys.
you reconcile Tamir Rice murder?
Okay, when I was growing up in Georgia, right? I grew up by a grandfather who was born, even though he married a half white woman, whatever, if that means something to y'all motherfuckers. I was born with a grandfather who wouldn't let us play with no type of guns, not even a water gun. Because he knew what green light that could mean for a police officer. I wasn't allowed to have a water gun, a cap gun, a gun with an orange tip on it because my granddaddy knew what that meant. We don't have those type of people anymore that instill those same things into us. When I was growing up in the South, and I'm not...
Okay. He's from you guys' neck of the woods, brothers. Armando, Jaco, D-Truth. He's from you guys' neck of the woods, okay? but he's using this as he's saying that his grandfather didn't allow him to play guns and so forth, so on. So he basically he goes on throughout later on in the video, and he says that where was Tamir Rice's parents? Okay. So let me see if I can find that.
50 years old. I couldn't go. Who your people is? You date somebody? Who your people is, girl? Oh, okay, them good people right there. Everybody don't got the same fucking values. Everybody don't.
If Tamir Rice was white, would he be dead?
I don't know. Maybe.
You think the police would have just did a drive-by on a little
10-year-old
white kid?
Possibly.
Playing with a little gun?
How 10 years? Why was he playing with a fake gun?
I'm just asking you, do you think?
Why was he playing with a fake
You're a
gun?
smart guy. Do you think?
Where were his parents at? Where was Tamir Rice's parents at?
Could have been in
You notice he's not answering the question. You know, he's not answering the question at all. So he's asking, where's his parents? But dude's a kid, little dude was a kid. You know what I mean? So what are you guys' thoughts on that? You know what I mean? I'm just asking. You know what I mean? Tell you what, got about 15 minutes, and I am going to pin this link for just a little bit. And I'm going to pin this link. All right. And I want you guys to come and join me. I want you guys' opinion. All right. So I really want you guys' opinion. And so we will get it cracking up in here. Well, I won't stay long though. You know what I'm saying? I won't stay long, but I just want you guys' opinion of just a little bit of stuff that I just played of this gentleman, and take a commercial break.
Y'all, it's your girl Together We Break Chains production, and these are the shirts that I'm making. So support your girl, you guys. Help your sister out. I'm trying to take this game further. So with that being said, hey, don't forget to hit that like button, that post notification bell, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
right. Shout out to Together, my little sis. Shout out to the Commission Art team. Shout out to my sister E. Y'all go sub up to her, sub up to both of them if you have not already. But yeah, man, I just wanted to deliver that, show you guys these clips here, man. I've been looking at this story. These now here's the thing, here's the question. Will this guy David Lucas, will he blow up from this? That's the question. Will he blow up from this controversy? Because I said on our show on the Wolf Den Dialogues, I said that I believe that this guy he's doing the Charleston White. He has the Charleston White effect. You know, Charleston White says a lot of crazy stuff. And this gentleman, David Lucas, he basically said he does things to make you think. He does things for shock value. You know what I'm saying? So is it worth it? That's the question. Is it worth disrespecting a dead man and his family still here? You know what I mean? Regardless of what you think about his past, and you know, nobody's perfect. But the question is it worth being the butt of jokes? That's the question. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing with it. You know what I mean? So I have the leak pen if you guys want to come up and give your opinions. I really would like to know your opinions. If you can't come up, you know, you can leave a comment. Leave a comment in the comment section. But yeah, these are the stories that I just wanted to share with you guys again. If you have not seen our show this past Friday, we go into in-depth conversations about that, about this guy David Lucas, and of course Shannon Sharpe, but in other things. As we all know, the Fannie Lewis story in Georgia is unfolding, and it's just some things where you learn things every day from that case. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it makes you just, you know, these things right here just makes you want to tune in and see what's going to unfold. My question is yeah, I said Willis, Joe. Did I say something different? It makes you wonder whether or not if she's going to be taken off the Trump case, or they're going to throw it out. You know what I mean? It just makes you wonder. Now they got her father on the stand questioning him. That's what they say. That's what they say. You know, my goodness, you crazy Together. And say she's been around. She gets around. She's still climbing with the underground when she come around. Oh my goodness. But yeah, man, y'all oh, I'm sorry, sis. Hey.
Hey, can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now. I'm sorry.
Hey.
Were you back there long?
Oh no, no, not at all.
Okay, all right. So
you're doing great, by the way.
Oh well, thank you. I'm just trying to get accustomed to stuff. So, just trying to get accustomed to stuff with you, Armando, and D Truth, y'all's guidance. I'm trying to be trying to do this YouTube thing. You know what I mean? So, so what are your thoughts? I want to know your thoughts on everything presented. We talked about the Shannon Sharpe thing, right? We talked about, and by the way, great show this past Friday. We just got, we talked about, Shannon
The Wolf Den was epic.
Man, that thing was, I'm telling you, I had You know, the chat was lit. You know,
Hmm.
everybody was engaging, and but so what are your thoughts so far? What we, what I've kind of went over tonight. E, what are your thoughts on everything?
Well, on Shannon and Mace, I'm just gonna keep saying it's manufactured beef. I'm just trying to see where it's going.
Hmm.
To me, it's just manufactured beef. Um, it's like he keeps picking fights for whatever reason. He
Yep.
just to me, he's trying to stay. He's trying to stay in the algorithm at this
Hmm.
point. That's just my personal opinion.
Right. Well, it comes across. That's why I'm saying I'm kind of torn on that because it makes him look too sensitive whenever he's just going. Because Mace was not disrespectful at all. I didn't play that one video where they originally, when it was said that Mike Epps and Shannon they had patched up things and so forth, so on. Mace was just basically kind of like, man, he didn't make fun of him, or he wasn't disrespectful. It was just like tongue in cheek, so to speak. You know what I mean? It was just more. It
Right.
was like you get what I'm saying. He wasn't disrespectful to him. So he just called him a fake pastor and all this. But then I'm with you. I'm like, is this manufactured beef?
Yeah. Now, if they start shaking hands within this week or this weekend,
And
then
you know,
there you
yep.
go.
And if you see Mace or Cameron on ESPN,
Right.
like you see your boy Mike Epps, then we would know our whole thing.
Right. I mean, that one was self-evident. Mike Epps ain't never been highlighted, head showed, nothing. And all of a sudden he's sitting at the
Yeah,
table
when you
at the
sent me that,
NBA All-Star game.
yeah, when you sent me that, I'm like, I've never seen Mike Epps on ESPN,
No.
being at the table with these guys, rubbing shoulders with these guys. And so all of a sudden, he just shows up on ESPN. What in the world? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I'm starting to shout out to Kwame Brown. It's just it's almost like you said, Kwame has kind of ruined me as well because
Mhm.
the go along, get along game, you always think about what these guys are really doing, you know what I mean, to try to get numbers, trying to get, you know what I mean, just going along to get along. Everybody's just, just doing whatever they can to get clout, to get money, just it just makes you think, you know.
Exactly.
It just makes you think about what these Hollywood folks are really up to, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, yeah,
Always planned.
yeah, for sure, for sure. All right, well, okay.
What do I think
We ta-
about David Lucas?
yeah, you and I we talked about this, okay? Um, and by the way, I want to get into you and I. We talked about the Trump shoe thing, and about we'll get into that. So I want your opinion on that.
Big
Big
Trump.
Big Jaco said Big Trump,
Big Trump.
so we're gonna talk about that. All right, but anyways, the David Lucas thing. I want your opinion on that.
I mean,
He
that last part that you just played, that's what you
right,
want my
yeah,
opinion on?
yeah, just
That
or just overall, yeah, yeah,
I mean, what Willie D said was valid. It was a valid point, you know what I'm saying, with regards to how many what did he say? How many white kids
right,
are, caught, shot for playing with some type of toy. I see what he's saying. I mean, statistically, we all know that that doesn't happen. We talked about this with regards to, on the back end as well,
right,
just having chit chat. It's I see his point, but also you have to look at what just because that happens, just because it's a valid uh, uh, it's a valid conversation,
hmm,
still doesn't negate the fact that it happens too much,
right,
um,
hmm,
too much to name. You definitely need we definitely need people who are or police who are not as not as, edgy or not as, scared to do their dang job to where they won't, take the precautions. But to his point, David Lucas, what he said was also true that, when he was growing up, his grandfather knew, you know, those types of situations can happen. So therefore, he didn't allow his children or grandchildren to play with stuff like that and be out
Right.
there like that because of the potential with that, what comes with that.
Right.
Because these police are so edgy. So I can
Right.
see both sides.
Right. I was just gonna say I can see both sides. Um, but when Willie D asked him about now if a white kid was playing with
Mhm.
toys or whatever,
Mhm.
you think this was happening? He didn't give an answer.
Right,
He
because he
was like,
can't, because he knows the truth. It probably wouldn't. Like I said,
right.
it wouldn't
And so
happen.
right. And so he moved the goalposts, in my opinion, when
Mhm.
he says, when he said, where were the parents? I mean, come on, man. I mean, I understand I mean, everybody's been a kid. We've all been outside by ourselves
Correct.
as kids. You know what I'm
Primarily
saying?
by ourselves. We knew coming
Primarily,
in.
you know what I mean? But I know my parents were always kept an eye out on us, you know what I'm saying? Wherever we were. But he did not answer the question on that. So it's almost like he moved the goalposts a little bit. You know what I
Right.
mean? But I, you guys go check out Willie D live, uh, the whole interview. Now, dude makes valid points.
He
Okay,
does.
he makes valid points, and he hit on some stuff that you were talking about, about free speech. Okay,
Mhm.
um, I'm all for that. I'm all for free speech, and basically, he was saying basically what you were consenting to on our show Friday. So I'm with that. You know what I mean? Um, but I just think that there's a thin line between comedy and respect. Okay.
Right.
And whenever you're using a man being deleted off this earth in a very, uh, very vile way,
Mhm.
and you use that as a butt of a joke, literally as a butt of a joke, I think that crosses that line of respect. You know,
Right.
um, I've always thought that everything is not supposed to be for comedic relief. You know what I mean? So he he apologized, but then he was like, he's not. How did he say it? He said, "I apologize if I offend you, but I'm not
Right.
apologizing for the joke." So that's
Correct.
not an apology. You know
No.
what I mean? So he said I talked to George Floyd's family and all this. Um, he said I'm apologizing for how you feel about it, but I'm not apologizing for my jokes. So that's really not, you could, in my case, you could keep that apology. You know what I
Right.
mean? But
Right.
he did, you know, he issued some of the things that you were talking about, like free speech and so forth. Y'all put some points out there. Um, he also, I don't know if you looked at this, I challenge you, if you haven't, folks who are listening to me, he was talking about, politics. He was talking about Democrats, Republicans, and all that. And he looked at Willie D and he's like, "Bro, you're a Republican." And Willie D is like, he's like, "What do you mean? What makes me a Republican?" He's like, "Well, you stand for the same values as
Right.
Republicans." And so Willie D admitted, he was like, "Yeah, some of the morals and some of the things that Republicans stand for, I'm for." You know what I mean? And so, um, you know, I challenge you
And
guys
that's
to look.
most that's
Yeah,
most that's a lot of us.
right. A
Because
lot
you're
of us,
just so used to saying, "Oh, I'm a Democrat," but when you look at the crust, at the core, what you believe in and what, you find right and wrong is more conservative than what they want to let on.
correct, and that's the reason why I think it was on. Yeah, it was on. Um, I think it was on D Truth panel. Did we talk about Friday? I forget. But I was saying, I think it was on D Truth's panel, where I was saying that about most of our people, most of African Americans, and David Lucas brought this out on the show, on his show, on Willie D's show. He was saying that how a lot of us were reared in church. Okay, we have those. What does the Bible say about this? What does the Bible say about that? And so a lot of the things that we believed in and were taught, we were taught morally, they line up with what the Republican Party stands for. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, a lot of just because we grew up Democrat, that's just part of our culture. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, you know what I mean?
Right. And a lot of people only view Republican as, especially now, when people say MAGA, make America
Yeah.
great again. They automatically equate that to Ku Klux Klan or the alt right or skinhead or any type of radical white supremacist group, and that's
Right.
just not what it means. Even Big Dog, I mean, even stated that's not what "Make America Great Again" means. But
Right.
you've been conditioned to believe a certain narrative, and it's just unfortunate.
It's unfortunate. It really is. It's very, very much unfortunate. But me personally, I'm a independent type guy. I'm not going to say I'm Democrat. I'm not going to say I'm a Republican. I believe in morals. I believe, I take things from the Republican Party that I like, which is a large portion of it. But I'm not with it, but on the Republican side, I'm not with. There's some things I'm not with. I'm not cool with. Do I like Donald Trump as a man? No, I don't really like him, as a
Right.
dude, you know what I mean? But some of the things that his policies I'm with, you know what I'm saying?
Right. We don't necessarily have to like a person to,
Right,
respect, what their vision is.
right,
I'm quite
correct.
sure you don't like your CEO. Some people don't like the CEO of their company, but they still get a paycheck.
Exactly. And exactly. That's exactly what um I was about to say. You don't like the CEO of the company, but I bet you like that cha-ching, cha-ching.
Exactly.
Like that money, money, money.
You're not gonna cuss your boss off and walk off and be like, you know what? I don't like you. You have a effed up attitude. I'm quitting. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. And then bills still need to be paid. Okay. We do that.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, E man, I really appreciate you coming up.
Absolutely.
I appreciate everybody coming out. I said I wasn't going to be long, and but I'm not. But I'm just trying to get accustomed to everything. So I'm going to do another commercial, and then we're gonna get some final thoughts. I'm planning to. Let me see. Let me get. But before I do this, Armando, um, a lot of the commercials, can you send them to my email, because a lot of them I don't have. So just send them to my email so that way I can have all of those. I only have a few. So, but if you hear me, bro, just send them to my email, man, so that way I can get them all, so we can promote everybody. So, but anyways, with that being said, oh, we're gonna go to another commercial, and let's see. Let's do this one.
Motherfuckers is ready or what? Is our motherfuckers ready or what? I don't think you are. I don't think so.
Okay, let's do. All right, shout out to my big bro D Truth and the commission art team. You guys go sub up to both of them. Shout out to Together, and shout out to the whole Wolf Pack Nation Council. Everybody, man, y'all go sub up. Man, I appreciate y'all coming out and supporting. If you have not click that like button for me. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and do that as well. You guys tune in to us every Friday. It's 9 o'clock East Central Time here. For the Wolf Den Dialogues. And so yeah, I'm this just like I said, this is only a test. I just wanted to share my screen and share what I've been looking at for today in order for me to prepare for this little test live I got going on. But we will be going live. I'm kind of struggling with some ideas of what I will be the basis of the on the 24th when I really go live. So but we're gonna get down to the nitty-gritty on that. But anyways, my better half, what
Yes,
you got to
sir.
say?
Well, first off, like I said, great live, great test live. I love it. You are getting very comfortable. I am very excited for you to debut on February 24th. I cannot wait. Thank you, everybody, for showing up and showing out for this test live. Silverback is getting very, very comfortable, very, very comfortable. And I am, elated to see what is to come with this channel and what you're going to do with it. But shout out to uh, Wolfpack Nation, Wolfpack Council, Now River, Elevation Squad, all my Wolfpack brothers and sisters. Always thank you for supporting Silverback and myself. It is truly appreciated. And yeah, I just wanted to come up here and show you some, get you a little comfortable. We do this all the time on Friday, but, I just wanted to, get up here and share my thoughts on your channel.
Yes, ma'am. And please don't be a stranger, ma'am, because I really like to
Never.
hear because whenever you the thing with you is you play the devil's advocate a lot and
Mhm.
you got the D Truth is another one. He plays the devil's advocate a lot. So it's always good to get not only a different perspective, but get a lady's perspective on things that are happening. Because us men sometimes we can be so blind to things, and then when a woman comes up and gives a whole nother perspective, like, man, I didn't think of that. You know what I mean? So that's the glory of looking at things from a different pair of eyes. You know what I mean? So,
Mhm.
but I appreciate you coming up. I'm glad you came up, and it didn't seem like I was up here for an hour and 17
But you
minutes.
were. Yep.
That thing
It
takes off.
flew by.
Man, so we was up on the panel this past Friday for 3 hours, and it didn't seem like it was 3 hours. It was just like smooth, and it was just like, wow,
We could have easily
this
did 3. We could have easily did like 5 or 6.
yeah, I mean, we could have, you know what I mean? So, but but yeah, man, y'all, if y'all have not checked that out again, y'all go to the Wolf Den Dialogues. You can check it out on my page, Silverback King, or you can go check it out on my sister's page. It's just ETV. We're just talking about we're just having fun, man, and we're just
Mhm.
having fun with this whole thing. So, but that's about it. So again, shout out to Armando Black, my big bro. Shout out to D Truth. Shout out to everybody that came out. Shout out to the Nile River, to the Elevation Squad, Ren Rock TV, um, all those fellas over there in the Nile River, and all my Wolfpack brothers and sisters. Thank y'all for joining us. And with that being said, as we would always say, we
We
are
are
gone.
gone.